What's up everyone, it's Charles and welcome to another Rocket Punch Army review. What we're taking a look at here is the figure that started the whole Chogokin craze 40 years ago. Bandai is celebrating their 40th year anniversary for the Chogokin line. This is the GA-01R Mazinger Z and is essentially what caused the whole diecast craze. Hoping to cash in on some nostalgia of the children of the 70s and early 80s, Bandai released the GX-01, which was met with pretty good success, but they quickly ended up releasing the GX-01R, which is what I have. I don't have the actual GX-01, but this is the R version, which is renewal. What they did is make it a little bit taller, they gave it a better head sculpt, and redid the body a little bit, so it looks a little bit better than the GX-01. And now to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Chogokin line, Bandai has given us this 40th anniversary GX-01R Mazinger Z. This is the front of the box. It's got a nice matte finish right back here, the black, and it's got the nice gloss over the figure and a nice foil 40th anniversary with the titling here. On the side here we get a little bit of gold on the Soul of Chogokin logo and the actual name of the figure. And the back is the usual photography of the robot up close so you can see the new sculpted head and also the robot on the base with the Scrander. Once we get inside the box, we are presented with a few trays here. We got the trays with the fist, the forearms, and the iron cutters. And we got another little bit here, which is the actual base, okay, and it has a space here to put the plaque, which I'll show you in a moment. Then you get an assortment of pilders here, and the chest blades, and the little stomach covers, and some missiles to shoot right out of the stomach. And if we look right here, we have the actual Jet Scrander itself with a little nameplate right on top and a little launch ramp. Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. And here's a little styrofoam bed that the figure comes with. I had to put the box back there so it doesn't get lost in my white background. But what we're going to do is open this up, and you'll see that Mazinger Z is laid out here as if he's been put away to sleep, and a little styrofoam packing to keep him intact in there. And we're going to gently pull him out. You got to be careful pulling him out because you don't want the plastic to tug onto his little horns here on the side, so be careful with that. Once we get him out of the bag, you'll see he's not much to look at. It's very basic. You get just the basic body, which you have to attach some parts to, but please note the nice little airbrushing, the little weathered action going on right there, which does make him look a lot better than the original GX-01R, which we will compare with this in just a moment. Now I want to do a couple of things. We're going to go ahead and attach the chest plates here, the little heat sinks or whatever they're called. Pop them right there. As you can see, just adding that alone does a lot for the figure. He's got these alternate weapon elbows, and he's also got the Rocket Punch gimmick forearms here, which we'll also check out. But for now, we'll get this little piece situated on his stomach just to cover it up. Alright, and that actually has a shooting feature also. Next, we're going to look for the standard forearms, which are these here. Okay, you'll know that because they have a little magnet there and they fold here right at the elbow. And then grab standard fists, or whichever ones you want to use, whichever hands you want to use. I'm going to use standard fists because I prefer them. But he's got these open hands like that, which I just dropped, and he's got this kind of weapon holding hand. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and attach the hands that we're going to use to the forearms. It's very easy. The forearms are identical, so it doesn't matter which hand you put in which, as long as you put them the right way on the robot. So that's going to go there. That's going to pop in right there. Then we're just going to dock the pilder. I have this one, which is already pre-folded, I guess you want to call that. The wings, it's just molded this way, and you can go ahead and attach that right to the top there. Then he's also got this hover pilder here with the hover pieces unfolded. Unfortunately, this doesn't fold, which, you know, in some Mazinger figures they do, which is why they include two. So this is actually more for the display standard to have them off to the side here. And then there's also a jet pilder. So you grab this piece, which is a very flimsy piece of PVC, and you go ahead and attach it right from the back. Just slide it right in. Once you got the wing right in there, you have yourself a nice little jet pilder. Now if you wanted to use this jet pilder, you would just remove the little wings and go ahead and pop it right on top. But I'm going to leave the hover pilder on because that's my favorite one. Now I do want to take a moment to look at the paint up close. So notice it's got a very nice light blue metallic paint. And of course I did talk to you about the little weathering it's got on the silver leg paint. And check out the paint on those arms, same as the legs and the rest of the silver. Really love what they've done with the weathering. It really makes this figure stand out. You have a nice metallic red on the chest, and then of course all the detailing on the head. I think one of the highlights on this figure really is the new head sculpt. I think it looks excellent. It's one of the nicest ones I've seen in a long time. Bringing it up close, we are able to notice that the black also has some metallic flecks in it, which is a really nice touch. So next thing we want to check out is the articulation. The head is stuck to the neck here, but the neck does have a good range of movement back and forth, side to side here. The arms do go out. There's no ratchet in the arms, but they do hold pretty firm. You have the elbow here, also no ratchets, but they hold firm. Where you do have ratchets is here, and they're really soft ratchets. Bandai usually has very either highly metallic sounding ratchets or really soft, like pleasing ratchets, which is what they have here on the arms. You also get the waist movement. It seems to only go so much to one side. Then you have the hips here. They go about that much, and the legs go forward. They go back about that much. And you also have the little metallic sounding ratchets, which are nice and soft but very pleasant. And then if we get down here to the ankles, you'll see it's sort of like a ball looking joint here, which allows very good amount of movement here on the feet. Now the norm lately has been to call certain figures Chogokin or Gokin or diecast when they really only have very little bit of diecast. Since this is based on an older soul of Chogokin, it does have an amazing amount of diecast. It's probably easier to tell you what's not plastic than what is metal. So what you're looking at with that isn't plastic is the head, the breastplates, the forearms, the knee joints, and the waist here. Everything else is die-cast metal. So we're going to move right along and do the change of the forearms here. We're going to try out the iron cutters. Iron cutters need to attach to the special elbow piece, the rocket punch elbow piece, before we can add those on. So let me get that, which are these bad boys here. So we'll go ahead and put those on. Now when you use these, you lose the whole elbow bending, but I think that's a okay compromise. And pop that in, both. And then it's got rocket punch, which is what Mazinger Z is all about. Now you can also have the rocket punch with the regular forearms. Just go ahead and attach the fist and pop that in. And it's pretty much the same as having the iron cutter on. You just pull the trigger here to fire. Now since we're in the mood to fire stuff, I want to show you another gimmick. You'll notice there's a square button right on the side here, which I kind of like the way they've worked that button there instead of having it on the back. I don't know, it's kind of cool. But anyway, if you want to fire the stomach here, to actually take this plate off, you press the button, fires it right off, and you'll see it's got some nice little detail going on in there. Alright, but that's actually for the missile feature. You get the box back there so you can actually see the missile fire, and all you do is push the button on the side of the waist there. And that's not all, folks. We can go ahead and remove these standard elbows once again and switch them out with these. You'll see they got a little hinge, they split open. You're going to want to put these in right here, the magnet up obviously, and the little hinges facing forward. And I'll show you why in just a second. So pop those in, there you go. And attach anything you want. We're going to use the standard forearms for this one, so I'll go ahead and attach that, put them here. And he's got a weapon called the drill missile, which this allows you to recreate. You simply put his arms up and this folds up, and you'll see it's got the nice little detail there. So this is where he would shoot his missiles from to destroy his enemy. Next thing I want to show you guys is the Scrambler set, which is this right here. And what I like about the Scrambler is it actually allows you to adjust the wings, and it got this nice like engineering done right here, which actually turns into both forms without having to pop the wings out like a lot of other Mazinger Z toys. The only downside is you're going to have this line here, but I think that's fine. This is the part that wraps around his belly there, and you've also got these pieces. You have the fin here, right, which is a nice soft PVC. Go ahead and attach that here, and you also see this little tiny PVC piece here, which is very easy to lose, and then this will plug right in there. Now to attach that, you want to mate this triangular piece of yellow plastic into the triangular piece right on his back. Move his arms out of the way there for a second, and just go ahead and pop that in like so. It does hold without this piece going around, but of course you want to fold this around, and be mindful of the paint here on the side when you do go to spin this around here. Just don't nick any paint. And that snaps together fairly well. Bring the arms on, make them look normal, and you've got yourself a scrandered out Mazinger Z. I think this would be an excellent time to show you guys the original GX-01R, so you can see the differences here. You'll notice it doesn't have the silver right here. It's just bare polished metal. He's got the darker blues, and the reds are not painted. They're just molded in red plastic. And he's obviously missing the weathering. One of my favorite details on this 40th anniversary is the new head sculpt, which if we compare with the GX-01R, you'll notice it is a lot cleaner, a lot better looking. The colors are better. Just everything about it is better. Even the horns are sharper. Now, next thing we're going to check out is the base that comes with the figure, and you guys know how much I love bases on my robots, which means I actually don't. But yeah, it comes with one in case you want to display it that way, and it comes with a little plaque. It's not metal, but at least it is a plaque. It's not a sticker like some other solo Chogokins. You just apply that right there. It's also got this, which is sort of like a launch pad for the Scrander. So you can go ahead and just attach that right there. And you can grab the Scrander. You can actually display it in Scrander mode like this, or bring it down, alright, and which is the way I like to display it, and put it right there like so. And then bring Mazinger Z and pop him in. Like, there's a little indentations for his feet to hold him nice and firm. Then off to the side here, you can actually prop up one of the pilders, and you can lay the other ones there on the top. And on the back, if you really wanted to, you can go ahead and pop some of the alternate hands there. You can then plug in his other forearms. Again, this is not something I would do, but it's there for you guys in case you guys are interested in displaying it that way. So once again, guys, here is Bandai showing us once again that they are the king of the Chogokin, or die-cast metal robots, even with a design that's over a decade old. And that's going to bring us to the end, guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe and like. And if you want to pick one of these up, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. It'll take you right to where you can purchase one of these bad boys. And that's it, guys. Till next time, goodbye.